Hey guys, Chandler here with Giesbrecht HVAC. We're here at the AHR Expo today at the World Congress Center in Atlanta. So we're excited to see what things we can learn that we can bring to not only our technicians but to you as our customers and promote further learning and education in our industry. We hope to find some excellent new products, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, Chandler Giesbrecht here with Giesbrecht HVAC. We're at the AHR ventilation group, their booth, and we have their AHR ventilation system here. And this right here is for crawl space. They monitor moisture in the crawl space and outside, and then they also monitor wood moisture as well. And then that goes back to the controller, which then can run a dehumidification system in conjunction with their actual fans right here as well. It's an excellent system, great for crawl spaces. They also have a attic system right here that works really well. I've been visiting with them about that, and that is an excellent product as well. So this is just a little bit about AHR and some of the things that they offer, and we actually offer their products through our company. Thanks for watching. Okay, so we just were at the AHR booth, then we're going to go to the REMS booth and check out what they've got. Battery-powered tubing bender, as opposed to the ratcheting one that we use now. It's pretty cool. You pull the trigger, and then it releases. How do you release it? Right there.
Yeah, it doesn't auto retract because everybody stops.
That is smooth. That thing is really smooth. That's cool. Okay, so we were just at the REMS booth, checked out some really cool stuff there with like some battery-powered tubing benders, as you can see. But now we're going to the TPI, Top Product Innovations. We're going to talk about some phenomenal air products that I'm interested in. So we have here, this is a cold plasma air cleaner from Phenomenal Air. The way it works is it has a positive and negative charge across these two, and it essentially makes the dust collect into a bigger ball so that it can be caught by the filter downstream. This unit right here, it lasts for 8 to 10 years, and the only maintenance that needs to be done is maybe every 6 months to a year you clean these little heads right here, and that makes it so that that thing stays clean and works really well. Produces very little ozone, and it does meet the UL 298 mandate for ozone air cleaner light. It's not ozone. This one here is a commercial one, it's green. The residential one is blue. Thanks for watching. Okay, so we were just at Phenomenal Air, and we're going to Rotobrush duct cleaning equipment to see what they have to offer. Okay, so this is the HVAC air trap right here, and essentially the way it works is it's got a little ball inside there, and it rocks back and forth. You can put it in a positive or negative pressure air handler. As you can see right here, it's used in a negative pressure right here, and it will be in a vertical position like this for positive pressure. So it will force air on it until water fills up in this thing and lifts that ball, and then water can pour out. But this eliminates your traditional J condensate trap and essentially eliminates all the sludge. You've actually got a removable plug right here where you can take that out and clean that trap out really well if you want to. So this trap is an excellent alternative to J-traps and prevents clogging and maintenance issues down the road. Thanks for watching. Okay, so we're here today at Expert Lift. What they have here is a lift on each side of the unit, and essentially what it can do is it can lift like a rooftop unit or any kind of a unit that you have that's 2,500 pounds or less, and it'll lift it 34 inches high. And it runs off of, if you look right here, it runs off of two 18-volt batteries, just like this right here, Milwaukee. And so it's a really sweet system. If you ever have a use, especially like on a rooftop, it would work great for setting a unit on a rooftop curb where you couldn't get a crane in. You could get the units on the edge of the roof and then pick them up with this and wheel them over to where the curb is and then set it down. This would be an excellent option for that. Okay guys, so we're here at the, going to the Yellow Jacket booth. We're going to check out some of their products. We've got some new stuff I think coming out, so excited to see what they've got to offer. Alright, we're here at the Yellow Jacket booth, and Ritchie Engineering booth, and we've got here a torque wrench right here. So this has got a traffic light system where if you take and you've got it set to 4.2 foot-pounds, and if you take and do like that right there, you'll see it. And then if you go too much, it'll go red on you. So one of the cool things about it is it does have this piece right here, the adjustable wrench section can be removed. You can actually put in a ratchet head, so you can actually put a traditional socket on it. So it actually comes with the adjustable wrench head and the actual socket head. So it's a really innovative design. It all comes in a nice case like this right here. So it's a really great product, and I would suggest trying it out. Thanks for watching. Okay, so we're here at TurboMax's booth today, and this is an 80-gallon TurboMax instantaneous indirect water heater. So basically the way it works, you see these coils inside of here. This is where your actual domestic water is inside of these copper coils. But then your actual boiler, your Lanai water heater, or any kind of boiler, has the waters in the actual tank area. And essentially what you're doing is you're heating water with water, essentially. So your boiler will pipe in, I'm not sure, is it the top or the bottom?
Boiler
right
water.
Boiler water comes in the top?
Yeah, it comes in the top and goes back to the boiler at the bottom.
Got it, and then comes out the bottom.
Yeah, exactly.
So hot water, basically boiler water in, boiler water out. Then you've got domestic water.
That's out. Domestic water in.
And that's domestic water in.
Domestic water out.
Yeah, okay. So essentially, this water circulating in the outside of the tank area is 180 degree, and then you can set this, what this is coming out here, will provide to your actual sources, providing you with instantaneous and continuous hot water. Okay, so we're here today at the HVAC simulator. It's in the HVAC School Podcast booth. But essentially, you'll come in close here on this board right here. This is a gas furnace setup, and you can diagnose and find codes and learn about the furnace electrical circuitry on using this HVAC simulator. This here is for the air conditioning side. They've got the air handler condenser portions coming, and it actually produces the same voltages, everything that we would see in the field. But it comes with a guide to walk you through step by step how to learn how to use this, which in turn will teach you how the equipment works. So it's a really great tool. Looking forward to see what they got coming. Okay, so guys, we had a great show. We went through, we walked the floor, we met a lot of great people. My first 10 minutes here, if I'd have just went home right after that, would have been well worth the time spent. But it's 4, a little bit after 5 after 4. We got here at about 11, so we've been here a good 5.5 hours, or somewhere 5 hours approximately. And it's been a great show. We haven't had lunch yet, so we're starving. We got 2 hours home, but it was a really great experience. If you ever have the opportunity to go to the AHR Expo ever, come to this show. You will learn a lot. It's really great time spent. Thanks for watching.
With a lighter, make sure we don't have any other problem after do that igniter. But everything seems to be pretty good. Burner's a little messy. I'll clean that up. I'm over here at a no heat call. The inducer would come on, tested the pressure switch, it's closing. The igniter wouldn't glow. The gas valve would open up for just a second, but here's the igniter. And it fell apart when I was taking it out, and it wasn't quite that bad. So we're gonna put a new igniter in and get it going.
Here I have to take apart, disconnect the electrical and refrigeration lines in these 2 train condensers and move them out the way so they can pour concrete. Already got this one disconnected and pumped down. And now I'm on to this one. Alright, I got the low voltage pulled off, the copper cut and taped off, and then their electrical wire I'm going to zip tie to the disconnect box. Same thing with this unit. I got the copper taken off, your low voltage. I'm going to tie your whip off, your high voltage, to your disconnect box. And these are ready to be pulled off onto the dolly and put down that way. I got the 2 condensers moved out the way so he can go over there and pour some concrete. Now I'm coming over here. I noticed this unit is iced over, so I'm gonna check this out. It's probably a defrost board or something.
Hey, it's Wednesday. It's 4 o'clock. Just got a chance to film a little bit. I'm on site here at the job. Here is some of the work that we're doing. We removed a whole bunch of duct from this client's property, and this is some of the work truck here, some of the stuff they're working on. Anyways, what we're doing is we're doing some zoning here, and we're having to do some reducting. So I'm gonna go upstairs now and show you a little bit about what we got going on. All right, so I'm in the attic here. We're working on the zoning. So you can see right here, these are like 3-wire dampers right there that we're installing. We got a damper right there. That's going to be for that. So what we're doing in this home is essentially they have a 5-ton system. Here's your indoor unit right here that's in place. And 5-ton system was serving the entire home up until we just replaced it. So this indoor unit that I just showed you is a brand new indoor unit, brand new system. We converted this system from a gas furnace to a heat pump. And what we're doing now, instead of just letting that entire 5-ton heat pump serve the whole home, is we're taking and zoning the downstairs from the upstairs. They've had some issues with controlling the temperature, especially in heating and cooling. Probably the worst in cooling because the thermostat has been downstairs. So therefore, when your upstairs in the summer gets a little warmer, your downstairs is probably a little bit cooler. There's 4 or 5 degrees difference. So with zoning, what we're going to accomplish is we're going to have a control in each area, and that control will then, those controls will then communicate back to the zone control board, which will then in turn tell the dampers what to do and the system what to do. The type of system we're using in this case is a train communicating zoning system. So this is it's all communication, 3-wire hookup, and it essentially uses data signals to tell the dampers, the controls, everything to open and close. I will clarify one thing. We are using 3-wire EWC dampers, so they're traditional 24-volt dampers, and so they're just a 3-wire hookup like that right there. Let's see. Yep, 1, 4, and 6. Common, power open, power close. We have a relay panel installed right here because we're using a TEM6 air handler in conjunction with a communicating outdoor unit. So we do have a relay panel in this situation as well. So, but we're adding a duct line here to make it so that we could essentially have as few dampers as possible, because the way the ducting was done previously is that there was a whole bunch of lines, and they had like 1, 2, 3, 4, like 7 or 8 lines coming off the supply plenum. So we installed a main line right here. This is new, brand new, so that we could tap the dampers into that main line. So a couple things to show us, just like when you're installing ducting, it's important to make sure you put the proper seal on the pipe so that you're air sealed. And like right here, they'll be taping this up yet. If you don't tape this up, you'll leak air. So we'll put mastic tape on that connection right there so it doesn't leak any air. And when you're installing taps, it's important to make sure you have a nice seal around the tap, as well as make sure that it's properly insulated all the way up to the tap. So yeah, just a couple different things about this project that are interesting and unique. You can see the guys are down there working right there now, and yeah, we'll keep you informed as we get it completed. Thanks for watching. Okay guys, so wrapping up the day here on Wednesday. Still got quite a few things to do myself. So like went by the project there that I was showing you the zoning stuff on. Went and looked over the work there with the subcontractor installers that are working, and I met with the homeowner for a while. We ended up visiting for at least 30 to 45 minutes about just life in general. So that's always fun to do when you have the opportunity. And so like yet today I have to prepare for my B&I meeting coming up tomorrow. That starts at 7:15 in the morning. Hoping I can get a little footage about that tomorrow, so I'm going to try to do that. And got to prepare for that. I'm the president of the chapter, so that basically means that I don't have to do a whole lot, but I do have to put together all the meeting slides, put everyone's, the person that's going to be doing the presenting, put their slide in there for the week, and get all that done. And I'm supposed to go to dinner this evening at 7, and it's 10 till 6. So I'm going to have a limited amount of time to do that before I have to head out for dinner. So I'll probably end up doing that late tonight. So it might turn into a late evening for me. And I need to be up tomorrow morning early, for sure by 5 o'clock, maybe earlier, to get all my stuff in and get my morning routine in and get going for the morning, because I have about a 40-minute drive to where our meeting venue is, where we meet each week with my networking group. So, yeah, that's wrapping up the day. Met with Brian earlier today. Forgot to get footage on that. We're working on putting we're piping in a free heater on a bakery project over in another town, and so he was working on that this afternoon, and curious to see how that all comes together for him. So yeah, and we're working on a couple sales projects, some of those kind of things. Today was an interesting day. I spent some time learning about referral marketing before lunch, and seems like it works well for me to spend some time on development projects, working in the office on, I don't do a lot of admin work, but like reviewing my sales projects and working on anything development wise that I'm trying to get implemented in the business, working on some of those things and those items in the morning because I have more creative energy to do that, and then going out on projects, looking at jobs, maybe doing some work myself, some physical work, doing some of that in the afternoon. That seems to be the way I function the best. So everyone's different, but that's how it works for me. So yeah, been a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Okay guys, so I'm here back at the project where we're installing the zoning system. We're finally finishing up on all the ducting. We've got all that installed. We've got dampers that are installed over here. We've got, in the end, we ended up with, I think, 3 dampers total. That's one for the downstairs. We got one right over there for the upstairs. And we've got another one right there for the downstairs. So we ended up with 2 dampers for the downstairs and 1 damper for the upstairs. So, anyways, so we're finishing wiring up the zone control panel. You can see right there where we're wiring up there, installing a transformer, getting all that set up, and yeah, it's coming together. So we're going to be starting it up real soon. Okay, so I'm setting up the 1050, and in this case, the default is that the zoning is disabled. I'm actually going to enable it, and then I simply hit next. And then the next thing that comes up, I've already set this, but when it comes from the factory, it's going to have a 60-second travel time. It is so important. You have to make sure if you're working with an EWC damper that you use 35-second travel time, because the damper, let's say it's in this position, open, the zone control board has to know how many seconds it takes for that damper to close. So in this case, it takes 35 seconds for it to close, 35 seconds for it to open, because sometimes it puts it in a partially open or partially closed position, and if it doesn't know how long it takes to open and close, it doesn't know what position the damper motor's in. So you gotta have to set that correctly. And we're gonna choose auto for auto detect damper next. So now it's going to go through its period of detecting the actual dampers. Okay, so it's 5:40 in the afternoon. I'm headed back to the office, and everything went well at that job that I was on this afternoon where we did the train zoning. We were able to get everything set up and didn't have any corrections that had to be made, so that was excellent. Everything started up properly, was able to enable the zoning. Some of that footage you'll see of where I was setting up the damper travel time, some of those kind of things. Some of the things you didn't see is where it was actually programming the zoning control using the auto technique, where it sets the airflow setting. So it uses the static pressure sensors to determine how big the zones are in each zone. So those were a couple things I had going on. I was helping the 2 installers that were on that project. I was helping them get that part of the project completed. So everything came out really well, and it looks good. So we're just going to let that, in this case, what we're going to do is let that customer run that system for the next week, because we're in February, and we're having, like today, you could almost run air conditioning. It gets warm enough. You can almost run air conditioning, and then it's going to get colder as it gets into the weekend. Today's Thursday, so as it gets into the weekend, it's going to get colder. So we're going to let that system operate in heating as well. And we may find that there's some adjustments that need to be made to the system as they continue to run it. So we're going to watch out for that. And I'm going to stay in touch with the customer. I'm going to give them a call tomorrow on Friday and just check in and see what they have to say about how it's working and some of those kind of things. A couple other things I'm working on that are development stuff. I've been working on a project that's about 3.5 hours away from our home base here. That is a commercial project, so I'm working with a mechanical engineer on a few things that need to be changed. I was working on that today, and had a client that I had to give a call at a church, talk to them. They're having change of trustees, so working through that. And yeah, there was numerous other things I had going on in addition to this project that we were trying to wrap up today. So yeah, making some phone calls, working through some items that are on my punch list for the day yet. So headed back to the office, going to try to hammer out an email or two that needs to be done and make sure that I've got everything wrapped up for the day and set to begin tomorrow. So it's been a good day. Had a little bit of uncertainty with knowing how this was going to go, but it went quite well, and we're on schedule, so that's all good. And yep, we'll catch up with you tomorrow. All right, so here we're at the condensers that we're setting. So we had cut these loose, and they poured some concrete here. Cut these loose, and now we're putting them back together, putting in new filter dryers. We just use a swage to bring that back together. I'm going to reconnect the electrical, reconnect the high voltage and low voltage electrical, and do a reclaim, or excuse me, I do a evacuation of the system. There you can see the filter dryers already put in, and then we're going to also scrub those units, wash them, get them cleaned up. They'll look a lot better when we get done. Thanks for watching.
Here we washed off the concrete, so there's hardly any dirt left, if any at all. We washed the units. They're all nice and pretty now. Got everything done. We tested them out. Heating, cooling works great. It should be good to go. And everything is clean.
Okay, so it's Friday afternoon. It's about 3:50, and just kind of wrapping up. I realized the other day earlier that I was trying to wrap up the day already. What I meant is I'm trying to wrap up the week. So, but getting ready to wrap up the day. Still working on just projects that are hanging out there. Zach and Brian finished up the condenser swap, or excuse me, the condenser moved back into place. We had taken them off, and they just completed that. So that's good. That's coming together well. I think I'm fixing to go by and check on my install team on the project they're working on. So we're going to see how that all is going. And I just had a nice email back from a potential person to redo our website and do some marketing for us. So I've been looking over that this afternoon, and excited to see how that's going to progress. So yeah, so just working on some development things this afternoon, and working on I got a few sales projects I'm working on. I had a sales appointment I went on earlier, forgot to get some footage on that, but just went on that, and just a small little project that we're looking at for a metal building. And so yeah, getting ready to, guys are supposed to be washing the trucks this afternoon, and yeah, so that's kind of where we're at the moment. And the day is brought to a close. Sitting here at my desk, just working things, wrapping up
planning out my day for tomorrow. Got a list of things to work on here, it looks like. So I go all the way down to my Saturday right here. I've got a list of things to work on. So tomorrow in the morning in the office, and then I possibly even have an appointment. I gotta wait and see, but I gotta see if I might have an appointment here with Adam Canty. He may have time to meet with me tomorrow, so. Hey, it's been a great day. I haven't been super physically active, but had quite a bit of different things going on. Spent a lot of time on the road today, and it was a great day. Wrapping up a great week. Looking forward to next week as well. It's going to be a little bit busy with different things, new projects coming down the pipe that we need to get cranking on. So yeah, looking forward to it. So have a great rest of your week as well.
Hey, it's Saturday morning, 10:40 this morning. So yeah, great, beautiful day. It's kind of overcast outside. Trying to rain a little bit, but hey, it's a beautiful day. So this morning, let's see, what have I already done this morning? Oh, met with Rio this morning already. He's there actually tidying up the warehouse. It's one thing he does for us in addition to doing some video editing and videography work for us. So he's tidying up the warehouse this morning, and I think he's getting some footage on that, hopefully. Working on that. And I have some investment real estate, rental property. I'm about 2 or 3 clicks above a slumlord in some of this property. But anyways, so I met with one of my tenants that's behind this morning. Went over some of the details of getting them caught up on their rent so that I do not have to do a formal eviction on them. So that was interesting to meet with them and go through that process. And I'm headed to coffee this morning now with a gentleman from a foundation repair company, trying to establish a relationship with them so that we can help each other out. Part of my referral marketing efforts. Don't know how that's going to go. Probably won't get any footage on this meeting at all. We're going to a little coffee shop in a local town here. So going to do that and see how that all comes out. Ran 5 miles this morning, so feeling real proud about that. Haven't done that in a while. Normally I run 1 to 2 miles and then I'm done, but I ran 5 miles this morning. So it's amazing what, just a little tidbit here for anyone who wants to get into a discipline of physical exercise. Physical exercise has its own level of fulfillment. Hard work has its own level or own type of fulfillment, but running 5 miles really can, for me, it relaxes me and gets me into a more reflective state, but yet at the same time makes me energetic about getting things done. Ultimately, it can easily replace caffeine and have a lot better long-term results over the course of a day than what caffeine would have. So I would highly encourage anyone, start small, 5-minute walk, 10-minute walk, whatever it takes to get you energetic, because when you're in business and when you're working, interacting with people, it is so important for you to be at your best, especially when you're doing work that involves mental stress, or you need to have mental clarity as well as complete focus. It is so important to feel relaxed and calm, but focused and energetic. It does something for the mind, and it's not like if you go run a couple miles every day that's going to be the fix-all for you in life. You need to have other things figured out in your life as well, but doing something like that can greatly enhance your experiences in life and make you feel much more fulfilled. So I would highly encourage anyone that is wanting to get into that, start small, get into it, and you'll be amazed at how you feel, and you will radiate more energy to your customers, to the people you work with. You'll handle problems with more ease. Your problems won't go away. They're still there. They have to be dealt with. You're still going to face challenges. It's just that they're going to be easier to deal with, and they're going to be more enjoyable, and you're going to be more fulfilled. So that's my 2 bits of advice on Saturday here that I'm reflecting over and thinking about. So looking forward though to a good day. I've got a lot of stuff on my plate. Sometimes I get a lot done on Saturday, sometimes I don't. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, looking forward to a full day and excited to see how this meeting goes as well. Over and out. So that's it for this week's video. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to see more content, please like this video and subscribe to our channel and turn on the notifications so you can get notified each time we upload. Click here to watch last week's video. Thanks for watching.